This is the instructional video for the first in-class activity. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do every single thing in here, but I will show you the basics of what the entire activity will be consisting of, especially when it comes to those Excel calculations. So I'm going to show you how to complete this activity. So first, I wanted to kind of clarify what this activity even is, what it consists of. So you have in our in-class activity one or class activity one submission or link in this week's module, you'll see two documents. You'll see two links to assignments, two documents, what have you, in that in-class activity one. So one of them is a Word document, and this is what that Word document looks like. I want to clarify that this is what you will be submitting for the in-class activity assignment. You will fill it out. There's also an Excel sheet that was included. That's where we'll do the calculations, but you will write your calculations that you found on Excel onto this document and turn this in. I don't need the Excel sheet as well, just this filled out. Okay. So you'll see that this activity has questions relating to central tendency, the mean and median in particular, for a lot of the different variables that were asked in that survey that was given earlier this week. So the mean and median age of students in the class, the mean and median time to get ready, hours of sleep, energy levels, and then we have what's the mean energy and the median energy level of students under, not including the age of 19. So in order for us to actually answer these questions, of course, we will need to go to the second thing that was included in our in-class activity one submission or link, and it is this. It is our Excel sheet. So here you'll have all of the responses to the in-class activity, to that survey that was provided, and we can work with that. We can go from here. Now we can actually complete this activity. So you'll see that the Word document asks what's the mean and median of age of students in the class, what's the mean and median time to get ready, sleep, etc. All those questions that were asked in the activity are here. They're set up in this table of the mean is going to be in this column, the median is going to be in this one, and then we know which things we're finding the mean and median for based on the row that it's in. I like to set this up as far as Excel is concerned. I know Excel can be overwhelming to a lot of us or confusing, or I don't know, just overall can be a pain. So one thing I like to do when I'm working with Excel is set up something simple and organized just like this. We know we need to find mean, we know we need to find median, and we know all of the different things we need to find those central tendency measures for. So I set up this table, make it a lot easier. Now we know exactly where to put our information. Okay, so now we have this, our data set. This is again, this is a mix of both us and my other statistics class. So we have a pretty decent chunk of folks in here, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you guys, again, I'm not going to be completing all of these for you, but rather I will show you how to calculate mean and median for age. And then I will show you how to sort data, because that will be important when we complete this question of the mean and median for energy levels of those under 19 years old. But first things first, what we'll need to do is calculate the average, the mean. So one thing with Excel, one thing that I kind of like to think of Excel does is that, yes, it can be challenging or confusing if we don't know what we're doing. However, once we kind of figure out the language of Excel, it actually is really easy to make it do things for us, which is what we wanted to do in the first place. So if you have something if you have an iPhone, or if you have like Alexa in your house, then you're familiar with, or just, have been a human being on this earth in the last, in this day and age. That made me sound old. But anyway, you're probably familiar that if you say something like, oh, hey Siri, or Alexa, turn on living room lights, or whatever, you say, hey Siri, or you say Alexa, and that is kind of the machine's like, oh, it starts listening, for lack of a better term, and you can tell it what command you want it to do. Turn on the lights, make text so and so, I'll be there in 2 minutes, or whatever it is, whatever function. It's that kind of, hey Siri or Alexa. That is the start. You have to do that first before that device can do what it is you're asking. Well, the equal sign works the same way in Excel. There are things called functions in Excel, and that's essentially things that we're telling Excel to do. There's an average or a mean function, a median function. We can do standard deviation on here. These are just different calculations that Excel can do for us. However, before Excel can do those for us, Excel needs to know that we want it to do it for us. Before we can have the living room lights be turned on by Alexa, we have to start with saying, Alexa. Okay, so consider our equal sign our Alexa, or hey Excel. That equal sign is going to say, all right, Excel is listening now. It's like, you want me to do something? What is it? Well, we are in the mean column for age, so let's find the average age. So we start by saying, hey Excel, I want you to find the average. Now you can double click the blue bar, the blue average here. Just start again, equals, and then start typing average, and it should pop up. It's this first one here. You can also hit tab. That'll just say if you want to be hands-free, I don't know. But you'll know that you've done it correctly when it says equals average, and we have this parentheses here. It's not just aver like we started to type. And also another way you'll know is this pops up. This average is number 1, 2, 3, etc. So for Excel to calculate the average, now it's like, all right, so I know after, saying, hey, Excel, calculate average, this little bar here is essentially saying, it's Excel telling you, okay, for me to calculate average, this is what I need you to give me. I need you to give me numbers, is essentially what this is saying, at least as far as average is concerned. I need numbers, please. So, all right, let's give Excel some numbers. Again, we're finding the average age. So let's select let's select the column that has all of the ages in it. So starting at 18, we're going to start with the numbers itself. I'm not going to just select all of the age column. I'm going to go in particular with the numbers. So I just click and drag all the way down to our last number, our last age, our 20-year-old participant in, our last participant. Okay. So you'll see here it says average B2 colon B59. Now those numbers and letters, that B2 and that B59, are cells. You'll see as I was dragging along, you'll see that this is highlighted blue now. That is saying, these are the numbers that you wanted. Excel is saying, is this what you want? And we're like, yes, we are. Our average age is 20.48. We're going to round to 2 decimals when we write it. So just keep that in mind. But all right, we have our average age. Excellent. And we also have these cells. Again, like I mentioned, it is B2, and that colon just means all the way through to B59. It's just B2 to B59. Okay. Keep that in mind. That 2 to 59 is the rows that we have data. We don't have any data in row 1 simply because that's the label. Those are the labels. So participant, we can't find the average of participant. We can't find the average of get ready. Those aren't quantitative variables. We can't find the average for them. But that 2 to 59 is going to keep us, it's going to be a little handy. So I'm going to list 2 to 59 over here just to keep that in my head. Because as we calculate these things, you do not have to use the shortcut that I'm showing you, which is why I'm writing this over here. You can do the same thing I did to begin. You can click and drag it all the way down, or we can do something that's a little faster. Moving on, let's show that for calculating the median. Now we're going to find the median for age again. So MED for the function for median in Excel is pretty easy. It's just equals median. So I have it selected there, press tab. And again, Excel is saying, all right, this is what I need from you. You want median? I'll give it to you, but you got to give me numbers first. Not a problem, Excel. Well, now is where Remember before when I calculated the average age, I click and dragged it. I started at cell B2, which is this 18 right here, and just held my cursor down and dragged all the way down to B59, which is this last participant here, the 20-year-old. Okay. Well, instead of having to do that, again, that still works. But if you want to do something a little faster, we can also just type in the cells. So we know it started at B2. Again, I wrote this 2 here as a reminder, just in case I forgot. It starts at 2, and we are finding the age median. So that's why we are going with column B, because that is where age is. So, all right, we have column B, row 2. This is our first participant, their age. And then we're going to do colon B59. And you actually kind of saw that when I started with B, I put 5 and it's like, oh, is this what you want me to find from, B2 to B5 here? Just the median for these numbers? No, we want 59. So all of them. Thank you. Enter. And you can use that same concept in terms of if you don't want to click and drag it, if you just want to type in the cell locations, that B2 to B59 or, whatever it may be. Keep in mind that the B is going to change based on which variable you're finding the mean and median for. For example, when we're doing the next one, again, I'm not going to do it, but just keep in mind if you do want to use this option. For the next one, it's in column C. And if we want to find the average hours of sleep, you want to remember that is column D. And then energy levels, that is in column E. Oh, how convenient, E for energy. So they won't all be they won't all be B2 to B59. That's going to change based on the column you go to. If you're doing the get ready mean, the sleep mean, the energy mean, but they all still have the same rows, which is 2 all the way down to 59. Okay, so that concept, again, just equals average equals median is what you'll be doing there. Now, before I conclude this video, just to kind of give you the basic instructions, I also wanted to show you how to sort your data, because that will be important when you are calculating the average and median energy levels for people under 19 years old. So you'll start by sorting your data. Right now, you might notice, at least in my data set, that age, so I want to find everyone under 18, and I'm trying to find the average energy level of, under 19. I'm trying to find the average energy level of people under the age of 19. Well, I could hand pick it and go, oh, equals average. Okay, and let's see, this person is 18, so they'll be included. I'm going to hold down control so I can select multiple people. Here's another 18-year-old. Oh, that person's 19. I can't use them. Da, da, da. I can do that, but that takes a while. And it's not as fast, and it's so much easier to make a mistake if you do it by hand like that. Kind of reading through the column of age and seeing, all right, who's 18, who's 19, who's 17, if we have any 17-year-olds in here, anyone under 19. Instead of doing that, let's have Excel sort the data for us. Ah, dang it. So instead of making us strain our eyes and, possibly make a mistake, Excel, do this for me. Sort my data so that all of my ages are lined up. So then everyone who is under the age of 19 will be close together. So we're going to start by doing sort. So I selected all of the data. Notice I did all of the data, including the headers, which is just the title of the columns, like participant, age, etc. I selected all of it. Okay. Sort. Now I'm going to sort by age here, from smallest to largest. So let's see what that does. I've sorted by age, and we'll see now that all of my 18-year-olds, instead of me trying to strain my eyes and try to pick out anyone under the age of 19, which we only have 18-year-olds. So basically we're finding the average energy level of 18-year-olds. But, excuse me. I had Excel sort it for me. So now instead of having to do, oh, equals average and then picking and choosing each one, now I'm like, oh, everything I need is right here. This is a 19-year-old here in row 14. So I'm going to stop there because I don't want any people 19-year-olds, 19 or older to be in this particular question. Because again, this is what the activity question stated. So this is what I'm looking for. And I had to sort the data to make that a lot easier on me, a lot faster. Okay. So that is the activity instructions. If you have any questions on that, of course, you can email me or visit my office hours. Again, those are available to you if you need them. Always, of course, come to my office hours if you have questions. But as far as the instructions for activity 1 is concerned, that is it. Just a reminder though, I do not need you to submit the Excel workbook to me, the thing we just left with all the actual calculations and all of the data in. I don't need you to turn that in. Just the Word document that just straight up has the questions of what's the mean energy level, what's the median age of students in the class, etc. The Word document is all I need. You'll just need to fill it out. Remember to round to 2 decimal places. After using Excel to calculate those values, just fill them in on the Word doc, rounding to 2 decimal places. Submit it before Sunday at 11:59, and you're golden. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and good luck on the activity. Wow, I'm just blah, 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 blah. All right.